I am Chandrakant K. Bhange, Assistant Professor of ENTC Department in AISSMS IOIT Engineering College. I made this video particularly for BE students. My topic name is cellular system. So, what is cellular system? What is the use of this cellular system? Basically, the cellular concept was a major breakthrough in solving the problems of the user capacity and spectral conjunctions. It offers a very good and high capacity in limited spectrum. In the cellular concept, the signal high power transmitter is replaced with a many low power transmitter, each providing the coverage to only a small part of the service area. In old days, use the high antennas was mounted on the top hill or the top towers was used to cover the large service area. But in cellular system, we use the small antenna to cover the area. The neighboring base stations are assigned the different groups of the channel so that the interference between the base stations is minimized. In a cellular concept, the single high power transmitter is replaced with many low power transmitters. If these base stations, their channel groups are systematically placed throughout a market, then the available channels are distributed throughout the service area. They can be reused as many times as possible or many times as essential. The basic system of the cellular has the three units: mobile unit, cell site, and MTSO and connections. What is MTSO? Mobile telephone switching office. What is the use of mobile unit? It comprises a control unit, a transceiver, and an antenna system. Cell site, its function is to provide the interference between the mobile unit and MTSO. It comprises of a control unit, radio cabinet antenna, a power plant, and data terminals. What is the use of MTSO? That is the mobile telephone switching office. It is the central coordinating unit for all the cell site. It comprises the cellular processors and the cellular switch. It interfaces the telephone company zone officers. MTSO is responsible for controlling the call processing operations and handling the billing ability of the subscriber. The cellular switch can be analog or digital in nature. Connections, the radio and high-speed data links connect the three subsystems, that is the mobile unit, cell site, and the MTSO. It carries the voice and signaling between the mobile unit and the cell site. These links cannot be transmitted over the standard telephone trunk. They use the microwave links or the T carriers. Next, we will see the cell geometry. So, what is cell? The signal strength drawback as it travels away from the antenna's coverage area, that is the base station area, the region over which the signal strength lies above the threshold value. So, is known as the coverage area of the base stations. It must be a circular region, assuming as the base station as an isotropic radiator. A group of radio channel is allocated a separate cellular base stations to be covered within a small geographic area called a cell. The actual radio coverage of the cell is called as a footprint. Footprint can be found out from the field of measurement or the propagation radiation model. Next, we will see the arrangement of hexagonal cells. Why they choose the hexagonal shape of the cell? What is the advantages of hexagonal shape? For a cells of the hexagonal cells is the closest approximations of the circle. It is being typically used for the system. The reason of selecting the hexagonal shape for the square or the triangular cell shape are the summarized. It is like the hexagon allows easy and manageable analysis of the cellular system. In a cellular pattern, adjacent circles can have the gaps in between or can create overlapping regions. Hexagon closely approximate the circular radiation pattern in an omnidirectional base stations antenna. A cell must be designed to serve the weakest mobile in the service area, and they are located at the edge of the cell. So these are the some advantages of hexagonal shape. Because of that, the hexagonal shapes is used. See in the diagram. So all the faces of the hexagons are touch each other, so there will be no any chances of the overlap or the gap between the two cells. Concept of frequency reuse. What is the concept of frequency reuse? See in the diagram. So see, the pink color are used in 2 times, red colors are used in 2 times, yellow color are used in 2 times, gray colors are used in 2 times. So that means we use the same frequency. The base stations is adjacent cells are assigned channel groups that contains the completely different channels than the neighboring cells. The antennas located on the base stations are designed to obtain the required coverage for a special cells. The coverage area is limited is within the boundaries of the cells. Then the group of the channels can cover the different cells that are separated from each other by a large distance. So see in the diagram, pink cell, it is not the neighboring site, it is far away from the neighbor. So this means we are using the same frequencies, same channel. So the cover different cells and the separated each other by the large distance. The design method of selecting the allocated channel groups for all the cellular base stations within the system is called as the frequency reuse or the frequency planning. So in order to understand the concept of frequency reuse, we will consider the cellular system having the some duplex channels. So it is also called as the frequency planning. Next concept is the clustering concept. So in clustering, the N cells with the collective use of the complete set of available frequencies, it is termed as the cluster. The cluster is defined as the group of cells that use the different frequency in each cell, or the repeating patterns of the cells is also called as the cluster. So see in the diagram, some repeating patterns are there. So if this cluster is repeated m times within the system, then the total number of duplex channel C can be used. Measure the capacity. It is expressed as the C equal to ms. Next is the channel capacity. So what is channel capacity? The channel capacity is defined as the maximum number of channels that can be provided for a particular fixed frequency band. The capacity of a cellular system is directly proportional to the number of times a cluster is repeated in a fixed service area. The factor n is called as the cluster size, and if the cluster size n is small, the cluster can be repeated in a large numbers, and hence the more capacity is obtained. Okay, channel assignment. Next concept is the channel assignment strategies. What is channel assignment strategies? The radio spectrum needs to be efficiently used. For the achieving this, we need to frequency reuse method that has the consistency in increasing the capacity and minimum interference. To achieve this objective, different channel assignment strategies have been developed. So that is the fixed channel allocation, dynamic channel allocation, and hybrid channel allocation. In fixed channel allocation assignment method, each cell is assigned as a predefined set of video channels. In dynamic channel allocations, the dynamic channel assignment strategy, there is no permanent allocations of the channel. Every time the cell request is done, the basic stations request a channel from a mobile switching centers. Next type is the hybrid channel allocation. It is a combination of fixed channel and dynamic channel allocation system. Next concept is the interferences and the system capacity. The performance of the cellular system is highly affected by the interferences. The different sources of the interference include the another mobile in the same cells as a call that is in the progress in the adjacent cells, other base stations operating in the same frequency band, or any non-cellular system that leaks the energy into the cellular frequency. So in this, there are the co-channel interference, and next is the adjacent channel interference. In co-channel interference, in the frequency reuse method, the several cells use the same set of frequencies in the given service area. The cells using the same set of channels are called as the co-channel cells. The interference between the signals from these cells is called as the co-channel interference. And adjacent channel interference is the interference that result from the signal that are adjusted in a frequency to require the signal is called as the adjacent channel interference. It is the result of imperfect receiver filters that permit the nearby frequencies into the passband of the desired channel. Next is the handoffs. There are the various types of the handoffs. What is a handoff? The process of transferring a mobile station from one channel or the base station to another is called as the handoff or the handover. When a mobile moves into a different cells while a conversation is in progress, the mobile switching center automatically transfer the cell to a new channel belonging to the new base station. The handoffs need to identify the new base stations and see the video, voice, and the control signals are allocated to the new base stations. There are the various types of the handoffs, that is the intersystem handoff, prioritizing handoffs, soft handoffs, and hard handoffs. What is soft handoffs and hard handoffs? In the first generation of the analog cellular, the time to make the handoffs in 10 seconds. In a digital cellular system like the GSM, the mobile assists the handoffs procedure by determining the handoff users, and the decision needs only 1 or 2 seconds. Soft handoffs refers to the ability of the mobile switching centers for selecting the amongst the different receivers. Soft handoffs selecting among the different receiver signals from the base stations. Hard handoffs differs the base stations handle the different radio channels during the handoffs called as the hard handoffs. Soft handoffs makes before the break process. Hard handoff break before make process. Soft handoff, the mobile transmit the receivers from multiple base stations simultaneously. In hard handoffs, the mobile connects to a single base station at a time. How will improve the coveraging? For increasing the coverage area in a cellular system, it is important to allocate the more number of radio channels to a cell to as to meet the mobile traffics. So more number of channels indicate that the covering the distance will the large leading to a higher coverage capacity. So there are the various types of the improving the coverage area, that is the cell splitting, cell sectoring, repeaters for the extending the range, and microcell zone concept. What is the macro cells and micro cells? Cell splitting, cells are divided into the macro cells and micro cells. What is cell sectoring? Cell sectoring is the another method to increase the capacity. It keeps the radius of the cell constant and decrease the co-channel, reduce the ratio D by R to reduce the cluster size N. What is the use of repeaters? The users of the wireless network require the dedicated coverage for the covering the area like the mountains, valley, and buildings, etc. To provide such range capabilities, the radio retransmitter called as the repeaters. So there are the macro cell zone concept. To minimize the problem, micro cell zone concept was presented. What type of the problems? That the cell sectoring decreases the coverage area of the group of the channels, thereby increasing the number of handoffs. So this is one of the problem associated with the cell sectoring. That problem minimized by using the macro cell zonal concept. Thank you.